South Holland, man, we're getting video after video after video after video.
It's content for you guys.
Well, I mean, you might think that's a good thing, but like they're all traffic stops. See, nobody would be filming the police if you guys were solving crimes.
Well, we don't have a quota, but we do have mandated minimum performance standards that we have to complete, otherwise we get suspended. We have to conduct a certain number of traffic stops in a 40-hour week. We're required, or we get suspended.
So you admit it?
It's not a quota. They can't tell us what to write in terms of, they can't tell us whether it's a warning or a citation, but we have to initiate a certain number of stops.
A certain number of stops.
But they can't dictate the outcome.
Come as we press on. Oh, come as we press hard. Oh, come as we press now. Yay! Yeah. Press on. Press harder. Press now. We got gang activity. South Holland Police are 114 or 14. Oh, there's nobody in this car. They must have them in the back of their...
You guys aren't mechanics by chance, are you?
No. I was hoping you were a psychiatrist.
No.
Oh. The car's broken, that's what it is?
Yeah, it's got a dead battery, it's got no power. We can't figure out how to put it in neutral because it's got like an automatic transmission thing.
An automatic All right. Oh. I saw somebody walk that way when we were walking up. Was that the guy? Oh, okay. All right, so this isn't a traffic stop at all.
No, so we're trying to get him on the private property. The car broke down, but we can't put it in neutral to move it.
Well, I appreciate you doing that.
Oh,
Yeah.
None of us have jumper cables, and none of us are mechanics. So we Googling how to get it out of the park.
You're Googling it. I love it.
We're trying to figure out how to take, it's got like electronic transmission switch. We're trying to put it in neutral to back into the...
See, now if you get yourself a good Chevrolet or Ford...
Yeah, those nice foreign cars. I don't know about those things.
What's your name?
Officer Smolinski.
Smolinski. All right, yeah. And he would be?
Officer Pedrick.
Pedrick. P-E-D-R-I-C-K?
Okay.
Oh, okay, just C. P-E-D-R-I-C.
Correct.
All right, yeah. We met a couple of other of your officers. I forgot their names, though. Goes in one ear, out the other.
That's okay.
Bald guy drives the 11 car?
Oh, that'd be Kremsky.
Kremsky, yeah.
Another good guy.
Kremsky. Another good guy, you say, huh?
Absolutely.
He's a gang member. He's a criminal. He's a thug. He's one of the worst officers I've ever met in his life, and you should know that.
Who is it?
Kremsky, right? Yeah. He thought that this sidewalk was closed for a traffic stop, right? See, if we walked up and he was doing another traffic stop with a nice officer, a lady with a nice braid. She was awesome.
Sidewalk is as public as you can get.
I know.
Anything in view of public, that can be viewed by public, can be recorded by public.
Well, not according to Kremsky. No, he thinks that... I think we've got the wrong guy. Kremsky was the guy we met down there. There's another bald guy.
The older guy.
Yeah, do you have a picture of him? You have a picture on your phone, right? Show him who we're talking about, because I don't want to give Kremsky the wrong name. Kremsky was real cool.
Pretty good attitude at first. Until I told him I took his cruiser for a spin and parked it back in the same spot.
You can have this with it, take this, take it off.
Yeah. No, Kremsky was a nice guy. It's this other guy. I'm glad.
Like he's about to retire in a couple months.
Yeah, I don't want to give Kremsky a bad name. He was funny. It was real windy, and he was like, the wind blew my hair away and stuff. Yeah, he's bald too.
Kremsky's a good dude.
But he's not driving the 11 car, is he?
I'm not sure.
This one. I don't know if you can see that too well. Yeah, go ahead and zoom in.
That's Officer Layden.
Yeah, just don't
Layden.
Officer Layden.
Thank you. L-A-D-E-N?
L-A-Y-D-E-N. L-E-Y-D-E-N.
Okay,
it's
thank
like when
you.
I plug my phone to the computer right here to charge it, it says, we want to access photos? No, I don't want the computer accessing my phone.
Well, he didn't want to give me his name and badge number.
It's not a secret. It's not a secret.
Right here.
It shouldn't be.
Not a secret.
It shouldn't be. But like in this case,
super cool, right?
yeah. Super cool.
Why wouldn't we be?
Why? That's what I'm saying. Why wouldn't you be?
That's what I wanted to know from him.
But he had a reason.
I got no reason not to be.
Yeah, we were, I guess, on the other side of Starbucks. Oh, are you busy?
No.
Oh, okay.
My business card.
Oh, hell yeah. Those are good to roll joints with.
There you go. Only purchased legally at a legal dispensary.
Of course.
The state of Illinois gets their tax revenue.
Yeah.
I totally understand.
We'll go with that story.
You guys got a YouTube channel or anything?
Oh, we've got things.
Smolinski. That's
Yeah,
me.
yeah. Smolinski. I like it. No, he was actually in a parking lot, not even on the sidewalk, and he immediately told him he was interfering. Immediately.
Walking past it.
Right? Like, and then I walked by on the sidewalk and messed up his whole day. He didn't see me
Well,
coming.
my day was messed up long before you guys.
No, but he was
My
going.
day was long messed up.
No, but he was okay. He was like in the parking lot, right? And Layden was here, like leaned up against the car, right? And then he's telling him to move back, and he's in the parking lot, okay, telling him he's interfering. And then he never sees me coming walking up the sidewalk, right? And so I'm walking up the sidewalk, and he jumps in front of me to go after him, and then now I'm in between Layden and the cop car, and he like spins around in this huge circle and stuff. His head explodes.
Yeah, I
and
don't want to pass judgment because I wasn't there, but maybe he was having a bad day or something. He's usually a pretty nice guy.
But I mean, the thing is that you should know this is a public sidewalk. It's not closed just because you do a traffic stop. If you want to put tape up or whatever and close it, then that means the road's open, and I can.
It's our job to provide the. If it's restricted, we have to provide that to the general public.
Yeah, yeah. But if you did close this sidewalk, then the road is now my sidewalk.
It's the most accessible place.
Yeah, like he can't make us go into public.
Available. If it's not available, then you use the privilege.
Right, but I mean that's there, but that's private property, right? You get it?
Yeah.
Yeah. If officers acted like you, like nobody would be filming.
I don't mind being filmed.
You shouldn't.
I had my last video that they did got over 4 million views. Some lady at Starbucks was making a stink, and they wanted her out because it's private property, and she was recording and sleeping in there. So I was really kind to her, and I can't remember the site that it was on, but it got like 4.5 million views. And this officer was really good. You see that one?
The lady filmed it herself?
Yeah. She was filming on her iPad. I'm not filming it. She's holding an iPad. Like, it's like, okay, maybe we're not filming.
Smolinski, I don't mean to put a damper on your viral video, but I got a video of a guy kicking a fish.
A cop kicking a fish?
40 million.
40 million?
40
Why would you
million.
kick a fish?
No, there was a fish in the road, like it
Yeah.
had flooded and like a fish got in the road, and he's like trying to kick it and kick it all the way into the.
Just lift the poor thing.
Yeah. That's what I said.
He's never been fishing before. You know what I mean?
Never been fishing.
Lift the poor thing.
Yeah. Yeah, we just had a nice conversation with that state. You can barely see his car parked in the.
He's actually a resident of South Chicago.
Oh yeah, Inglewood Rambo on social media. That's.
He actually is a resident of South Chicago here. Every morning I see him at the BP. I say hello every morning. I get my beverage. He gets his.
Oh yeah,
Every morning. Yeah.
he's a nice guy. Yeah, we had a nice conversation with him.
I wouldn't want to be his bad side. I'll tell you that.
No, he's built like a brick shit house, man.
His arms are bigger than my
He can kick a hole in the
thighs.
wall. I want to be in that guy's bad side. By no means. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Right? I wouldn't want to get in between him and his energy drink either.
The protein drink.
Yeah. Man, a Jaguar, see, when you buy a fancy car like that, then you can't do anything
I
yourself.
can't afford those kind of problems.
Right.
Not a problem.
Right.
Me and my 10-year-old Jeep Cherokee with 120,000 miles don't have this problem.
Yeah.
Don't-
When we first saw this, we were like, what the hell? You know, like, why wouldn't you guys take them to the side road? So I'm glad to see it's like helping out. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause
It's broken down, and we're trying to find a way. We don't carry cables, and we don't jump cars as a rule.
yeah,
And
because
if we
first,
can get them out of here.
yeah, because first impression of cops is that they'll be out there harassing and collecting. You know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of
Nope.
reputation now. So it's good to see like help. You know what I mean? Like legit help.
That's my job.
Yeah. How long have you been on the department, Smolinski?
I start my 20th year on the 23rd of this month. So
20th year? Are you trying to make a career out of this?
I'm trying to make a career out of getting out of this. I had about 6.5 more years to go. I'm
6.5?
43 years old. I can't retire till I'm 50. So I got to buy a little bit more time. So 6.5 more years. Looking like I bought a calendar just so I could circle June 1st, 2031.
2031.
Yeah, between June 31.
That's when I'm out of here.
All right. So on June 30, if they say to write any reports,
No,
you're
June
just gonna be
1st.
like, listen.
31. The year 31. Not June 1st, 2031.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the plan.
So May 31st of 2030.
At which point,
at
which
a
point,
report, you're just gonna.
I'm not going to be. I'm going to have some elective surgery. I'm not going to be here. I'm going to get a cataract fixed or get my knee worked out. And I ain't from chasing people.
Are you guys losing a lot of officers around here?
Our attrition rate is high. We're losing more than we're bringing in.
Yeah.
Due to retirement, other agencies that may have a better benefits package. But we got one new kid from the academy. He's been on the streets now in training for the past month or so. But we got officers like Kremsky who's set to retire in a couple months.
Well, I guess you guys can't compete with Dalton, you know, like 13,000 in 2 weeks for one of their.
Yeah, he worked 680 hours of overtime in 2 weeks.
303 hours total in 2 weeks out of 327. Yeah.
It's all over the news.
But you know what? We
Made a name for itself.
we walked through Dalton one time and we didn't see any traffic stops or anything. Like and here in South Holland, man, we're getting video after video after video after video.
It's content for you guys.
Well, I mean, you might think that's a good thing, but like they're all traffic stops. See, nobody would be filming the police if you guys were solving crimes.
Well, we don't have a quota, but we do have mandated minimum performance standards that we have to complete, otherwise we get suspended. We have to conduct a certain number of traffic stops in a 40-hour week. We're required or we get suspended.
So you admit it?
It's not a quota. They can't tell us what to write in terms of, they can't tell us whether it's a warning or a citation, but we have to initiate a certain number of stops.
A certain number of stops.
But they can't dictate the outcome. They can't tell us, what's up, partner? How are you? They can't.
Want you to make sure that you ran over. I'm not running O'Reilly's to see if you have
I'm sure they got one. Yeah, they can't tell us what the outcome of the stop has to be. That was deemed to be unconstitutional. But they can have minimum performance standards where we have to conduct a certain number of traffic stops per 40-hour work.
See, now I would find that surprising because the state requires everybody to be licensed, and in order to be licensed, you have to agree to follow all the rules of the road, right?
Yes.
So you would think if that was the case, then you would have nobody that stopped, ever.
In a perfect world, my job would be obsolete. It's
You mean like if the government actually had authority?
If people learn how to, I guess the golden rule would apply, I wouldn't have a job. If people could keep their hands to themselves, stop taking things that belong to each other.
Well, those are crimes. We want those solved.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Right, those have a human victim.
Right,
but we're talking about traffic stops that don't have a human victim.
Well, sometimes they can. If we just let everybody do whatever they wanted, you have ever been to where was that when I saw this?
They do whatever they want. You can't stop them.
In the Bahamas, there's basically no traffic rules. Cars go any which way they want. There's no red lights. There's no stop signs. Everyone just goes, and it's utter chaos.
Utter chaos.
Okay, so did you hear about the most populated island on the earth?
I think that isn't.
If you Google most populated island on the earth, they have no police in it.
Where can I go?
I forget the name of it.
Oh, you said Jamaica is what you said, I thought, or something like that.
No, it wasn't in Jamaica.
There's plenty of crime in Jamaica.
Yeah,
There's plenty of crime in Jamaica.
Well, and it depends on what you.
We were talking about something else, about the Jamaica thing.
Yeah.
But no, the thing is that most crime you don't catch.
Oh, I agree.
Right, so you're not really stopping it from happening. Like even if it's just traffic we're talking about, everybody speeds.
The police are more of a reactive agency than we are proactive, despite how much we try not to.
Yeah,
People call
reactive.
us more often than we you don't just drive around and spot a burglar. It just
No.
doesn't happen. We get called because someone's house was burglarized.
Right.
We are reactive in nature. We
Right.
try to be proactive in terms of, things like, driving 70 miles an hour in the rain. You stop that guy from conducting his business in a way that may endanger my family or yours.
Well, if you stop him and give him a warning, then again, nobody's going to be really mad at you, like at the police in general, for doing that.
I stop every single motorist hoping to give them a warning. Sometimes they talk me out of it.
See, now you punish them for free speech, is what you're saying.
No, I punish them for
contempt of cop, having an attitude, getting mouthy, getting smart with you.
Right.
See, and those aren't crimes, and that's what fucking pisses us off.
But the crime had already occurred. What he does,
but it's not a crime. There's no human victim.
But what I'm saying is, no matter what this person does or doesn't do, half the traffic stop is what drew my attention. What they did or didn't do that caught my attention. That was what would initiate my lights and cause me to have a contact with this driver. the outcome of the stop can go either way. If this person wants to become insulting, well, then I have the authority to issue a citation. Sometimes I exercise that authority. Sometimes I give them a warning. I would say 75% of my stops are warnings. I hope I can address and deter said behavior so that it doesn't continue. And everyone gets to and from safely. My family's not in danger from reckless driving, and neither is yours. That's kind of the goal here. That the whole goal of traffic enforcement is to maintain a safe ebb and flow of traffic.
Well, it sounds like what you're saying is that 75% of the time when you stop somebody, they lick your boots.
No,
they say,
not,
yes, sir, thank you, sir.
They give the same respect to me that I would give to them.
Right, but then when they don't, you give them a ticket.
I can. Not all the time.
You can. We know that you can.
Right.
But we can also tell when you're doing it just out of retaliation. Just because it's contempt of cop, right?
Sometimes they talk themselves into it. The guy said, I'm not taking a ticket.
Oh, I'm not taking a ticket.
Yeah, you are. What he did was...
Just set it on the windshield.
I did. And he took it out through the middle of Cottage Grove. So now he had to get a ticket for littering. I didn't tell him to throw the ticket to the ground. He did it to himself. Littering is actually an arrestable offense. Littering is a class B.
So you gave him another ticket?
I sure did.
And you set it on the windshield?
No, I mailed it to him.
You mailed it to him. All right. Okay, but you didn't arrest him.
Nope.
Okay, because it wasn't necessary.
I mailed a ticket for littering.
All right, all right. All right. I'm happy with that scenario. I mean, I don't see why you needed to give him the ticket in the first place. What was the first ticket for?
His place had been expired for almost a year.
Oh my, so he didn't pay the king's tax.
Well, it's a tax to use the road. The roads have a finite lifespan.
Good point.
Like commercial vehicles. My main job before I went back to patrol was truck enforcement. My job was to keep the roads safe.
Wait, do tag taxes go to roads?
Yes. That's it.
They do?
An 80,000-pound tractor trailer. That tractor trailer right there, he pays almost $4,000 a year in registration fees.
And that goes to roads?
The more you weigh, the more you pay. That one tractor trailer does as much damage to the infrastructure as 9,000 passenger cars. Because he weighs more, does more damage.
He's doing commerce.
Yeah. He is, and he pays almost $4,000 a year in registration fees.
Now,
that passenger car pays approximately $125. So the money for the registration is a tax to use the road. That's all registration is.
I thought it went to like the DMV. Like to get employees to like issue you driver's licenses and stuff.
Well, your license is obviously the fees to have a driver's license is basically to pay the employees, but your registration fees is a tax to use the road surface. It's a tax to use the road.
Well, then that makes sense.
All registration is. The more you weigh, the more you pay, because the more damage you're doing.
Yeah.
And as far as I'm concerned, if you were regulating commerce, like you were saying, with the vehicle that adds a lot more wear and tear to the roads, I would have no problem with you regulating commerce.
There's a certain amount of axle weights that they're allowed. Like they're allowed 20,000 pounds in a single axle and 34,000 pounds in tandem axles with the valid registration. Oh, we're just talking about taxes. And
we're giving it to him.
If you exceed that, then the fines go up incrementally.
Anything vehicle code?
Yeah, that's kind of my
So if somebody holds their middle finger out the window, can that ever be can it ever be an improper hand gesture?
No, free speech. That's First Amendment protected activity. Absolutely not.
Absolutely
we
not.
have some newer officers, and I'm a training officer. When I was training one of them, they had a question about the vehicle code. I said, I know a lot of them. Not every single subsection, everything in it. I said, if you have any questions, talk to Smo.
Yeah. I don't know, but they're yelling at cops. I don't know.
His pants are falling down.
Oh.
And 3 of them in a row now have asked, who the hell's radio? All these young kids have never seen the radio.
Definitely got to film cops.
Then they go and watch.
Definitely got to watch Wapner at 4. Yeah. There's a guy.
Bang! The future of rock and roll.
There's a guy named News Now California. He's on YouTube, News Now California, and he films the police too. He hasn't done it lately, but he does a constitutional Rain Man, and he sounds just like Ray. It's so
That's
funny.
kind of like what's his name? What is his name? Long Island Audit. What is this?
He's the great apologist. He wrote the greatest apology for our freedoms ever in the history of the world.
Sean Paul Reyes?
Yeah, he apologized for all of our freedoms. Did you see that apology letter?
I'll have to check that one out.
He was filming a traffic stop, kind of like what I was describing to you, that you said, there's a sidewalk and everything. Well, the cop, one out of about 100 cops is just freaking crazy, right? And he just ran at him and grabbed him and arrested him and charged him with interference. And you know how the system is, they give you an option. Oh, if you just plead guilty, write an apology letter, then we'll just suspend the sentence, right?
No.
And so he took it, he wrote the apology, and now, you know, it's, as far as I'm concerned, like, he just apologized for freedom. You know what I mean? Because he did nothing wrong, right?
I wouldn't. Yeah.
He did nothing wrong, but
he did nothing unlawful. What you're saying, I didn't see it myself, so I can't speak to it.
Of course not. Yeah. But assuming that the details are the same, it was at night, though. That was the only difference. But like, he was off to the side. He was off on the other side of the sidewalk, though. There was grassy area.
Okay.
You know, so there was a sidewalk and an easement with grass in between the car on the road with the traffic stop. He never got even past the sidewalk, and I mean, the cop was just like, we have a bubble around us when we do. He literally said that when we have a traffic stop, we drop a bubble around us. An invisible bubble. Like, some cops think that there's literally, like, you know, this idea. You've heard somebody say my traffic stop, right? Like, get away from my traffic stop. Well, what are the parameters of a traffic stop?
Unless,
I mean, are you trained on that?
Attempting to move me out of my way.
Right.
Physically interfering, not being in the vicinity is not interfering.
Right. If I take your pen when you're trying to write a traffic ticket.
There you go. That's obstructing. That's an offense.
Yes.
But just standing there filming, I don't see a problem in it.
Right.
Some people get buttered.
Right.
I don't know why.
So, like, the line. Okay. Like, let's say that you stop somebody and their windows are all the way up. Okay. And you think that they have improper tint. Okay. But so you want them to roll down the window.
Okay.
So that you can check the tint, right?
Yes, sir.
But they refuse to roll down the window. Okay, so they haven't put an obstruction in your way yet. It was already there.
Sure.
Right? But let's say now they have it down, and then you're like, oh, I'm going to check that tint, and then they roll it up. Okay, now that, after the fact, could be obstruction. Now they created the obstruction.
Correct.
But if it's already there, you see, they didn't create it.
They're not required to lower the window.
Right. That's the example I use to, like, explain the line, right? Of obstruction, you know.
That's a great analogy.
Yeah.
That works really well.
Yeah, but like, you
I'm
literally...
going to borrow that when I train.
Borrow that,
when I
yeah.
Train, you and I were both training officers, so I might have to borrow that.
Yeah.
I'll add that to my repertoire.
Well, or for the same thing, like, let's say if they have their ID in their back pocket, okay, and you want their ID,
Sure.
right? Well, nobody has to provide an ID unless they are suspected of a crime. Okay, first of all, there has to be an initial crime.
A reasonable, articulatable suspicion that they have, are, or about to commit a crime.
Right, at the very least, in any state, right?
With the
Some states
with the exception of traffic.
Well, then at traffic, they're under arrest.
They're not free to leave.
They're not free to leave. You already have probable cause. You have to have probable cause to do a traffic stop.
Correct.
So that means you could arrest them right then, right? So they're under arrest. They have to give their ID.
Correct. They
right.
are not free to leave.
But somebody on walking, right, and you just stop.
What's your name?
Yeah.
And they can just keep on walking.
Yeah, but okay. So let's say that they, somebody. You're at this gas station. I'm at this gas station, and they want me to leave, but they don't tell me, right? They just call the police, right? And then the police get there, and they're like, "Oh, they want you to leave," and I'm like, "Okay, I'm leaving," right? But then they're like, "No, you have to give us our ID first."
You were never given a trespass warning. You were not given. You have to either remain on after being told to leave, or you have to leave and then return. Other than that, you can't ask for your ID.
You're passing all the tests. But I was trying to get to the obstruction part.
Oh, this isn't going to stop.
I was trying to get to the obstruction part of this example, right? So the cop wants the ID, and so he thinks it's in my. Let's say I tell him I have an ID in my pocket, right? And he's like, "Well, give it to me. If you don't give it to me, you're interfering or obstructing." Right? Well, see, it's already in the pocket. Okay, so that's not obstructing. But let's say I take it out and then I drop it on the ground, right? And he reaches and I step on it.
Now we have a problem.
Now that's obstruction.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying?
Correct.
But before, it was just in my pocket.
That officer he can ask for your ID. He can't demand it.
Right.
He can ask for it.
Right.
He can't demand it.
But once it's out in public, then and he goes to look at it and I put something to obstruct it, then that changes things.
Correct.
Yes, we're on the same page. I hope you're training officers around here. I really do. And what's that, Laney? The cop's name?
From Dalton?
Yeah, the one.
Lacey?
No, the one we showed you.
Oh, Layden.
Yeah. Maybe he was just having a bad. He's a sergeant, right?
No, just patrolman.
Okay, well, maybe you can let somebody know that, like, he's got a real a real issue
I'll have a conversation
with the people.
I'll talk.
Okay.
He looked
Yeah,
like
yeah.
he was ready to come kidnap me for recording.
Absolutely. I thought
And then,
that
see,
he was
and
going
then
to
the
kidnap
first-
me too.
The first thing he said was, "Don't come any closer." So of course, what do?
One step closer.
Right?
But with trees and everything in between.
Right.
Gentlemen, I'm about to end my tour of duty.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's been
Thank you both.
I'm glad I got to meet you guys.
Yeah.
Talk
Good
to you,
talking
because
to you.
now it's definitely be a topic of conversation about First Amendment.
And Layden too. Remember we told you guys about Layden,
I'll
right?
talk
Yeah.
to him.
Yeah, he's lost his damn mind. His hair's gone already.
Hey, the
But
braided
now
girl, the braided one.
she's badass. She didn't need his help at all. I could tell like he was there to back her up,
And I
but she didn't need his help at all.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Thank you.
You guys be safe in your travels, okay?
Yeah, yeah.
All right, guys.
Sounds kind of boring though.
Doesn't it though?
Hey, you be real dangerous in your job, okay?
Try not to be.
Press on. Press harder. Press now. Right.
Oh, come all ye people, righteous and peaceable. Oh, come ye, atop the hill. Be free of wants and needs, accepting all that's offered. Oh, come as we press on. Oh, come as we press harder. Oh, come as we press now.